Peace and blessings. I'm back. This is ChiVital, aka King Chi, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. We are doing Guan Yu for the money school. Right now, everything should be perfectly fine because I swear this series is probably the most hilarious in the history of my YouTube years, and it's all good. It is a battleground for sure. Let me know if you can hear and see me clearly. I'm just gonna start all over, y'all. It's all good. So welcome, welcome. As you tune in, don't forget to drop those money bags, those dragons, and the big banks in the chat. Let me know that you are a live person and you are paying attention. And hit me with some ones to let me know that you are able to hear me clearly. Okay? Oh man, you know what? Sound. Because I didn't switch over the mic. Let's see. Can you hear me clearly? Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Sweet. All right, y'all. As you tune in, drop those dragons, the big bank, and the money bags in the chat. We're going in. We'll wait a few minutes, a few moments rather, for other people to tune in. We had a lot of drag and delay. So everybody let everyone know that I'm live on HOC channel. I'm about to share the link for everyone in both groups. Some of y'all might be seeing that I'm live elsewhere. Please ignore that. Please ignore that, y'all. And your girl is like now beyond hungry. Give me just a second. Just a second. To make sure everybody knows where to go to. Okay. Don't worry, we got you. All those attacks, we coming back at you. Just know that. Okay? Okay? All right. It's ready to go. All right, y'all. Thumbs up this video. Light up the chat. Dragons, money bags. Let's go. Y'all can hear me. We ready to go. You got your notebooks out. Top of the notebook needs to say Money School Guan Yu Lessons. Guan Yu Lessons. Y'all are going to have your first homework assignment today. So hold tight for that at the end of this lecture. Guan Yu, Guan Gong. Who is this individual? This is a real person. All right, y'all. One of my favorite things off rip is that we're working with someone who actually lived and was about that life. Okay, this is not a fairy tale. This is not a matter of someone's grandiose imagination. We are working with the energy of someone who actually put the work in. Okay, a real killer, a real warrior, and someone who has been venerated from the level of being a mere mortal ancestor to the level of being a Buddha, a Bodhisattva. Okay, and that's a big deal because it's not an easy task, and it requires that someone really, really put in a lot of work and devotion behind a particular thing. Okay, being a Sangarama Bodhisattva, this entity is really concerned with making sure you are in right alignment with your own path. Okay, with your own path. But characteristically, this energy wants to make sure that while you're getting to the bag, not only is your money protected where you're stashing it at, but energetically that you're protected in the way of how you make your wealth, the deals that you're going to be making, the people you're going to be making deals with, because we don't make money just by ourselves. We make money through exchange. We make money through collaboration. We make money through agreements. All right. And so I'm going to speak a little bit about each of these things and how they tie into the money school and working with this particular energy, which is one of them. All right. So Guan existed during the Han Dynasty. Okay. Han Dynasty. He was a general. Okay. Hence why he's at the level of a god of war or warlord. Now, right? But he was a loyal general, okay, at the top, okay, under Liu Bei, okay. He's credited with having utmost integrity, being super loyal, okay, and being brave. He's a kind of energy that has been ascended to such heights because during his human existence, he had a certain level of discipline, especially around the trinkets and things, the good things. So he was able to get to his wealth and his veneration without selling out his peoples. And that's something that's very difficult for a lot of human beings, because as they are climbing towards the top, they figure the best way to do so is to either backbite, steal from, or trick people. Okay. According to the Tao, that's not really living in harmony, right? And I want to speak to that. So 2 questions as I take you through this. 2 questions regarding Dharma as you introduce this energy into your home will be evident. These 2 questions are, and please write this down, okay? Because we're talking about getting to real money. And in order to get to real money that you can sustain, you want to go through these various steps, okay? 2 questions are, 1, are you clear about your path? Okay, your path concerning your abundance, your prosperity. Are you clear about that? About what it is? And then the second question that is posed, is your path clear for you to obtain that kind of abundance? Are you sure that it's clear? And I'm sure you can think of a couple of reasons why it might not be clear. Okay? So you want to begin with those 2 questions. 1, am I clear about what my particular path is towards prosperity? Because everyone has the ability to tap into something that reaps the benefits of financial reward. We're here on earth to experience heaven on earth. And that's where these wealth lessons are very, very important to understand and to apply. because the science is not about gaining some type of prosperity when you die. It's not about just living a life that is mediocre and fine. You know, I guess I'm living, I can eat some food, I guess. It's about really, really being content now in this life. Okay. And it's also about you having the ability to direct energy in such a way that you get to live the way that you choose to live, as opposed to relying on some external pretend energy or entity to make things happen for you. This is about tapping into a science where you are building your army, your supporters, your protection, and at some point, you know, your gophers. But this is not a gopher energy. Okay, this is a divine energy that is going to play some role of leadership or mentorship in your space, not just in your physical space, but in your dream space, your meditative space, to help you obtain the wealth that you are going after. Press 1 in the chat if that makes sense so far. All right. So let me make sure the chat is live. Okay. So speaking to the Taoist principles, right? This is my paraphrasing of what a Taoist lifestyle is, right? In a sense, is a godless spirituality. It puts onus on your ability to tap into your higher self, the power of your will, the power of your internal refinement to organize your thoughts, your actions, your deeds, your intentions in such a way that you have ultimate clarity. So you yourself don't become the impediment or the obstacle on your own path. Through your internal organization and your dedication to this work, you open up the way for you to live in harmony with your true being. Okay? When I look back at what the Tao is, it's always something, it's always happening. It always is. And in every moment, the way that we breathe, the way that we move, the way that we dress, the way we interact, the way that every single action is within the Tao. And when we have right action, we get right results. When we have wrong action, we don't get what it is that we're intending to get. And this practice brings us back into the space of refinement to figure that out, as opposed to blaming someone else for being responsible for that. When you go into looking at this piece of Dharma, which I would say for myself, when I used to hear the word, it always felt like, oh, like this is like this thing hanging over my head, like I have to do this or I have to do that. But I find that when I look at the energy of Guan Yu, this is a killer. This is a bona fide murderer, right? Who has ascended to the level of Bodhisattva. Why? Because normally in society, we look at these kinds of actions from a linear perspective as, oh, that's wrong, right? Well, for example, what if you came here with the intention of, as a being some type of warrior. If you are clear about that being your dharma, your thing in life that was going to bring you a level of enlightenment, then you would go into it in such a way that everything around your life would harmoniously support that. If you had to train for long periods of hours, through these practices, this internal refinement, you will have the time allotted to do the training. If you need to spend time in isolation, away from family, away from friends, then you would do the refinement necessary that you could do that without being inhibited in any way, whether it's from the people of your community or it's from the energy within yourself. Some of the hangups that you might have emotionally or attachments that draw you away from what is true to your nature, right? The same goes for if you're supposed to be doing something that is nurturing, but somehow you find yourself in a war zone. And in that energy, the nurturer in you lives under a lot of stress and strife because you cannot trust your gifts to unfold harmoniously within the space that you're in. And so there's conflict. These practices don't speak to one way of life versus another, one being better than the other. The best suited path is the one that is just for you. And through this work, you will begin to understand really what it is. The thing is that sometimes we think we know. We think we know, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to do this. But the fact that we think that we're supposed to do something and we may feel emotionally attached to a particular mission, right? To our own detriment, to feel enslaved by it versus feeling in harmony and flow. There are other things that need to be unraveled and pulled up so that you can see clearly what is your true path. Okay, this makes sense? Now, Guan Yu is a protector. He's a very fierce protector. The energy of his statue or his picture being placed in your household is so fearsome that it needs its own space, and it absolutely can't go in every space. And that's why I want to give you the breakdown for how you're going to position him. There are multiple ways of incorporating his energy, but there are two in particular I want to focus on for the money school. One, we have a lot of entrepreneurs within our group. And I would love for you all to feel more protected and supported in this particular work of building an empire, building a company, building your wealth as a business person. Because the wealth that you're going for is not small money. Okay? It's not small money. Imagine that the only time we see money that's not being protected is when it's pennies. It's like little loose dollars here and there. But when we're dealing with large amounts of money, they always travel with defense, weapons and defense. The brink trunk is strapped, right? The vault at the bank is strapped. So when we're going for big money, understand that astrally, the space in where this money resides before it materializes here on the earthly plane, in the heavens, is fiercely protected. Hence why here in front of you and in other situations, it has become evident that this information is highly guarded. It's highly guarded. There are monks who are living in the mountains, who are consistently chanting and creating a circle of protection over the wealth that is governed by the government, that is governed by the high-powered companies. They all have their particular monks over there in the East protecting their bounty. And anything foreign revealing itself as knocking at the door that is foreign, right? There is going to be an initial pause, a firewall, if you will. And if there's not an understanding, there will be an attack. An understanding meaning that these energies expect an explanation. Why are you here? You got me? Why are you here? So these lessons are particularly refining your mindset, to expand it, to understand that there are people culturally that are consistently working with this energy. They rely heavily on the protection provided by this energy, and not just the protection, but the loyalty of it. Okay, the loyalty. This energy, on the second hand, if it's not used for business purposes, but just to protect your household and the wealth that comes into your household, is used to protect from negative energy called Sha-Chi. Okay, Sha-Chi. S-H-A-C-H-I. Sha-Chi. This is killer breath. And I find that to be such a funny expression. My interpretation of this killer breath, to me, it represents that wind demon, those energies of jealousy, those energies of treachery, those energies of backstabbing, those energies of thievery, those energies of greed. All right. So when protecting your home, Guan Yu is the energy that once activated in the entrance of your home or your business space deters those who come with those kind of energies or intentions. So I want you to be clear that when you set this up in your space, especially during the introductory period where you'll be doing your homework to really pull this energy into the statues, into your home, to welcome the energy into your home. That there's going to be a period of necessary peace, because this energy, as it comes in, whatever is not peaceful has to be annihilated. You understand? Whatever seems violent or against the harmony of the movements in your household or in your business space is going to see that as a force that needs to be scattered, destroyed. So I want y'all to write that in your notes, that when you set up this altar for Guan Yu, you want to recognize that this space is now being marked for protecting from negative energy, protecting from killer breath. And you can internalize that as negative words, negative energy that comes from your own mouth or others. You don't want to quarrel in front of this space, right? You don't want to speak ill onto others in front of this space. Lest you're speaking ill of some enemy and that energy attacks that particular energy. Here's the other piece. The Tao is not a turn the other cheek type of spirituality. And as peaceful as the Western side of the world will look at the Taoist practice, you have to always remember that any practice that wants you to be lean towards more peace, but requires a lot of discipline and high intelligence, it has to have something very dangerous behind it. We're not talking about, just the 10 Commandments and you listen to somebody do, a sermon and like everything is fine. We're talking about a spiritual practice that requires you to do the work, requires you to do the study, requires you to meditate, requires you to have a deeper understanding. Understood? We good? We good here? Press 1 in the chat if you understand. You're following so far. With that being said, let's share two of the Taoist principles. One, if anyone attacks you, it is your rightful duty to attack them 3 times, 10 times bigger, okay? So it's not a matter of if someone hits you, you hit them back. It's if someone hits you, you chop off the arm that they used to hit you with. So this is the intensity of Taoism, okay? Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. We all have a space to be. We all have a reason for being. The other thing is that as you're practicing this, it's not something that as you receive some of the secrets and the counsel that you want to share with anyone, not your best friend, not your colleagues. And technically, according to Taoism, right, your best friend and your enemy are one and the same. And so the insights that you receive in order for you to get to this large amount of wealth and to bring it in must totally be kept sacred between you and Guan Yu. So that needs to be your commitment. This is a divine counsel that you are not taking those meetings and sharing the strategy or the insights or what he reveals to you about who's around you, who not to sign a deal with anybody else. And as you start to climb in the ranks with this counsel, you don't want to reveal how you got there. including to your best friend, because what happens? If this person is not dedicated to this kind of path, they can use that information against you. And I'm not saying we don't want to trust one another, but when it comes to occult matters, there are certain things that just have to be held very close to your chest. Agreed? Everything's not for the people. All right. Couple of pieces here. Positioning. If you have a business and you want to install your shrine in the business, and it's a large space, right? You can set up this shrine right at the entrance. So when people walking in, this is the energy that greets them. How you doing? Okay. If you work a company where you are wanting to keep this shrine in still in an auspicious place, but not in the front and center, okay, and you do a lot of meetings, okay, like in an office space, you call your employees in, you have conversations, or you have other business people come in and you have meetings with them, you sit there, you do a lot of work at the computer, discussing contracts and such. You can have this shrine on the wall behind you in your office space. Behind you in this office space. Okay? If you want to set up a wealth shrine with YUÁN that is also going to protect your space and keep the peace in your home, okay? Because if we don't have peace in the home, money can't come in. That energy is too chaotic. You can't think straight. You can't strategize. You can't meditate. You can't receive the divine downloads and how to move, okay? Then you're going to set your shrine up in the northwest corner, but you need to have the wall flat against his back. Not only do you need to have a wall at all times behind his back, but this energy needs to sit where the base is here and you look up. Okay? This is a divine energy representing a council from the heavens. So wherever you're putting this shrine, it needs to be up high. Now, for those of you with an ancestor shrine, remember that I said Guan was an ancestor first. An ancestor, a living person who died. His energy absolutely can be in the same space with the ancestors, but above them, representing the heavens, where the ancestors are within the ancestral realm. By doing this work and having him placed like this, you will not only be pleasing the heavenly energies that are going to be assisting you, but you will also be lifting your ancestors into higher positions. And this kind of relationship to your ancestors and this tradition brings you even greater merit. Because as far as they're concerned, you're trying to access them and you don't even work with your day ones, right? Your frontliners. Doesn't make any sense to them whatsoever. because it's your ancestors' job to stand on the front line for you, which means you set up your ancestors. Remember, I said there's an ancestor that you set up as your general, and you are the warlord. And in order for that particular ancestor amongst your ancestor shrine, if you have multiple there, you need to be giving them the kind of light necessary. Okay? Light meaning ashe, energy, the type of chi necessary for them to rise up to the occasion. Now, if you know that one of your ancestors in particular was either in the military or a very, very strategic and successful business person, that needs to be the general. And you should communicate to them that that's what they are. And it's their job, it's their duty to gather up the other ancestors in that space and to put everything in order energetically for you. Okay? How are we doing so far? Everything is starting to make sense for you all? All right. So now we're going to move into your homework. In the description box below this video, you have the first 8 lines of the mantra that you're going to chant. I'm going to give you the order in a minute. There are other pieces that I'm going to share with you in the lessons regarding some of the implements that Guan Yu has. And I'll save it for the next video, right? With your first assignment, you are going to, before you approach your shrine, and it's coming together, trust me, it's going to come together just fine. Right now, you have your picture that's printed out. You have your red cloth down. You have your red candle. You have your incense. You have your fruit offering. Okay? Something as simple as this, okay? For now. Yes? For those of you who ordered your money school packs, you should have been receiving them today and the rest of the week. They're coming in. You are also going to need a red pen. I do not believe that I told you to have a red pen, but have a red pen. And you know what? I am actually going to peel this orange in front of you all. Maybe it's too much. Let's focus on the homework because you don't need to do that yet. Okay. So here in the chat box, I went ahead and I typed up the lines, okay? Because the Chinese in the description box does not look like the way that you pronounce these words, not all of them at least, okay? And so I'm going to say them very slowly for you and then take you through the steps of how you're going to approach your altar. Let's do that, okay? How to pronounce the first 8 lines of the mantra. Han Han Xiao Ting Hao. Lui Jie Tao Yin Jing. Su Yi Yi Chin Se. Ye mu yi fan ren. Wan jing qian dian yu. Wu qing wei ti xing. Zhou chuan chun si. Bu ku si wei qing. I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to do it slowly, but you actually can slow down the video at this portion if you want to hear it slower. I'll do it one more time. Han han xiao ting hao. Lui jie tao yin jing. Su yi qin se. Ye mu yi fan ren. Wan jing qian dian yu. Wu qing wei ti xing. Zhou chuan chun si. Bu ku si wei qing. Okay? So when you get to this portion of the video, you can go to your settings and you can slow down the speed to half or 0.75. All right. I'm going. Please do put your questions in the chat. I will end by answering your questions. But here's the homework. If you already received your JOS paper, okay, I do suggest one first. Writing this down in your Guan Yu notebook, your money school notebook under the Guan Yu subject. Okay. And then you're going to take your red pen and you're going to write on the back of your JOS paper that you received from the money school. It has already been charged and it is ready. All right. It is ready. You're going to need this material. So you're going to shower. You absolutely need to be clean, fully showered before you approach your shrine. Okay, so if you decide to erect this shrine in your place of business, you will have showered and washed yourself and kept yourself clean. Get to work, wash your hands, because whatever you touched on the way, wash your hands, and then you're going to approach your shrine. Okay, that's the first thing. You're going to light your red candle. Yes? Then you're going to light your incense with the flame from your candle. You will hold your incense in your hand, okay? And you're going to bow 3 times. Place the incense in front of your Guan Yu. Okay? You will state your intentions. Pardon the background noise, you guys. You're going to state your intentions. For right now, your intentions are to connect with the mystical nature of the Tao Yuan Ming Shen Jing. Let me put that in here, actually. I was like, sure, mother. Sure, that's what I'm doing. Now, what is this? This is the holy book that was received by monks from Guan Yu, from the heavens, okay? And this is the energy, the mystical energy of this particular book connected with Guan Yu is what is going to consecrate your space for his energy to fully settle in. Okay, and you're going to take your time with this. It's a brand new energy, the fierce energy. You know, if you have a general in your family, they don't take any shit. They are very strict. So like if somebody mess with you, off with their head, but like if you step on their toe, it's off with your head too. You know what I'm saying? Like what? These are the rules. This is how we moving. So you're gonna take your time. Your intentions are to, you're not asking for nothing, but to refine yourself in such a way that you can receive this energy into your home. Okay? That's your intentions. You're going to sit and you're going to write with red pen in Chinese. I gave you the pronunciation in like English letters, but I want you to write in Chinese. So in the description box, you're going to write it that way, okay? On the back of your JOS paper. So this particular homework, I'll tell you right now, is going to take 4 sheets of JOS paper. Everyone who ordered their pack, big or small, has enough to do this. Okay, so in red pen, you're going to write the first 8 lines, and then you're going to recite it in its totality 8 times. And then you're going to meditate on your wealth intentions for 15 to 30 minutes, pure silence, just sit. Okay? Y'all, I promise you by this weekend when you receive your project, you are going to have experienced some real supernatural things. All right? I promise you, you are. When that time is up, before you walk away from your shrine, you're going to thank Guan Yu for his energy and presence in your home, and you're going to bow 3 times silently. And you're done. That's it. That's it, y'all. Real simple. Okay? So now I'm going to answer any questions y'all have in the comment section as we're losing some sunlight. Obviously, I got kicked out of my office to give y'all this information because it's important. It's important. Yes, we agree. Yeah. So here we go. Question. When implementing in the household, is the living room okay for the shrine? Yes. Find the northwest corner of the living room to put him, but it should be sitting up high. So if you have a shelf, that's great. You can put him up on a shelf, especially if it has the 2 walls. It's great for the 2 walls to be on the sides as well. Okay? That those 2 walls are like protective energies, and they are representative of his green dragon, all right, and his white tiger. All right, so on the left you have the green dragon, and on the right you have the white tiger, and these are animal energies, divine animal energies that are protectors. So that's what the 2 walls represent, and on the side and the wall in the back represents the foundation, the strength, and the protection, the stability of the mountain. Okay. This is going to be your money shrine. For those of you who have just joined the money school and you don't already have a money shrine, like if you have Kubera and all of that, like these are not the same. This is a brand new shrine for your wealth. And this wealth is for big, big bank. I mean, like big bank. So you really want to incorporate this, especially if you are working on anything entrepreneurial, even if it's at work, like you're competing to get to the top. Like this is the energy you want to connect with, because he's going to show you how to beat your competition. Okay. For those of you who got the large pack, I did put an incense in there that is good for working with him. I will have more of that incense available for you, but for now you can use your argwood incense, or you can use sandalwood, dragon's blood. Okay. And please just light one incense stick for right now, one a day. That's your offering, one a day, until you get this energy in. Next question. My package hasn't arrived. Should I do meditation, recite only, or wait? You should practice. You should go through the run through, have your space set up, and go through the practice. Okay. You don't need to light an incense unless, oh, you do have a picture though. You all who are in the groups, there's a picture I told you to print out. You're gonna print that out. And you should print out the picture that that I also, the picture, the original picture, the Black Buddha, right? You can use that one, like if you're going to put it in your living room space in the household as a household keeper. This is also a science that is very important for the household keeper. Okay, this is the household keeper's job. This is the boss's job, the CEO's job. You're a warlord. Okay, you are working with a divine general. Side note. Okay, the picture that I shared in both the HOC and the RBL today, you want to use that fearsome picture at the front entrance if you want to work with him in that way to dispel any thievery coming into your shop, any wayward friends that, you know, they see what you have and they want to come with their little evil eye and such. Suddenly they like, yeah, you know, come by my place. I want to come by your house. Okay? Got it? And use the incense for that. For those of you who have hit me up for statues, I'll absolutely, you know, I have to talk to you all individually because we're looking at different price ranges and what you really need it for. For those of you who already received your statues, you're straight. You're going to set this up in your space, and have if you have any questions when you receive your statue, just text me 202 and 1876. It's getting dark on my side. I'm losing the vision over here. But yeah, any other questions? Any other questions? All right, family. So you have your first bit of homework. Please post your homework. Y'all have seen in real time the energy that goes into making sure y'all have this information, regardless of what. There are other things you don't see that have to be done to release this information to you all. So for that, you all know y'all always can drop something in my Cash App, $ChiVital. Or if you want to, you can support my nonprofit organization, the F.A.Y, because we'll be doing more work for the community as well. So it's up to you. You want to buy me a coffee? You want to buy me a drink? You want to buy me some Chinese food? You know what I'm saying? It's $ChiVital for the Cash App. And if you want to support the nonprofit organization, you can the F.A.Y to support. Peace, love, and bliss. Please let everybody know these lessons are up. Big them up in both groups. Share your homework. Show that you're doing this. I'm out.